Zeus has called upon you, viewers. Only a brave and fearless warrior can save his beloved daughter Athena from the cunning clutches of Neff, evil lord of the Underworld, risen from the grave. You are presented with supernatural powers beyond this world. Collect the mystical spirit balls and transform into an awesome array of creatures. As Strongman, punch and kick harder than ever before. As Werewolf and Weretiger, rip the flesh of the demons of hell. And as Bear, knock your enemies with one bad breath. You hear the distant cries of the beautiful Athena, and as the terrors of the underworld tighten their grasp, the beast within you rises to face the final battle. Because this is Juoki, or Altered Beast. Yes, from Asmic Ace Entertainment, released in 1990. Yeah, how about that? Bet you didn't know it was on the NES, huh? Yeah, well, it's not really. Yes, it's not really that. Now, everybody who had a Sega was like, "Oh my God, Altered Beast, it's so good," and I see it and I just think this is ridiculous. This is just silly, and it is silly. But you know, Juoki, according to this, literally means Beast King's Chronicle, and was released in 1988 as a beat-em-up for the arcade, developed and manufactured by Sega. And the game is set in ancient Greece and follows us, Strongman, a centurion who is resurrected by Zeus to rescue Athena, and to do so becomes able to turn into beasts, such as the werewolf with the use of power-ups. After its initial arcade release, it was ported to several home video consoles and home computers, most notably the Mega Drive and the Genesis, for which it was a pack-in game. The primary designer of this is also responsible for the creation of Golden Axe, which was a much better game, if you want my honest-to-God opinion, but boring. So, our Roman centurion, a Roman centurion, who is in Greece for some reason, who had died in a battle, is resurrected from the dead by Zeus. The centurion is ordered by Zeus to save his daughter from the demon god Neff, or Nelf, depending on what you're looking at. And to be able to withstand the perils, the warrior gets the ability to absorb spirit balls, which transform him into an altered beast, a part human, part animal creature, a formidable force. Yeah, that's why I said animal wrong, because I was expecting to say formidable and combine the two. Between each level are small animations, giving the player glimpses of Athena's peril, though not in the NES game. He first travels through the graveyard, fighting past zombies and winged demons. The centurion becomes a werewolf in order to fight Neff in the form of Agar. The centurion defeats him, but Neff escapes. Then we go through the Underworld and we fight leeches, Chinese dragon-headed rattlesnakes, and ferocious chicken stingers, which are the same from Golden Axe. And then we have to fight him again in the Cavern of Souls. Then we fight him again in Neff's Palace. Then we have to go to Dis, and we have to fight through more. Blah, 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 blah. Very lather, rinse, repeat. Very, very. So, Altered Beast, ported to several platforms, Master System, PC Engine CD, the Famicom, the Atari ST, the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64, the Amstrad CPC, the Commodore Amiga, and DOS. The Mega Drive and Genesis version is noteworthy for being the original pack-in game for that system in North America, Europe, and Brazil, before being replaced by Sonic the Hedgehog. The handheld version of the game was made by Tiger Electronics in 1988. The initial arcade release was very well received. Its conversion to the Mega Drive was considered inferior in terms of sprite quality. However, the Sega Mega Drive version was actually more advanced than the arcade version in one regard: its utilization of parallax scrolling. Mega placed the game at #1 in their list of 10 worst Mega Drive games of all time. Its re-release for the Wii's Virtual Console was given a lukewarm reception by GameSpot and IGN, describing the game as merely decent with some nostalgic value. The Xbox Live Arcade version, blah, 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 blah. Must be time to stop, I cannot speak. Re-release was even described by IGN as relic of an arcade heyday that just doesn't hold up today. and it kind of doesn't. It's fun to watch and fun to play and fun to just kind of look at it and giggle at. But you know, it's kind of a boring game, to be honest with you. The NES version I like because it's just a little more goofy. It requires you to use your imagination a little bit more. But, you know. Here's some trivia for you. Neff's Rhinoceros Man form makes a cameo in Wreck-It Ralph. He is among the villains seen attending the villain support group Bad Anon, I guess. And a Sardi-style character of both Neff and Centurion appear on the walls of the Tapper's Bar. So if you've seen Wreck-It Ralph, if you have Wreck-It Ralph, go back. Look for the Rhino Man. He's watching you.